because the other was just garbage.
And I think that chain of command is kind of an unclear statement.
Yeah, it's a military term.
Yeah. It, who's chain of command is, I can tell only my supervisor only, or does it filter the other way also? I don't have a right to talk to Brett. And I've heard that, well, he didn't follow the command, well.
You're gonna explain mass to him?
But you also have to give them, the way I understand it, you have to give them, if they don't feel comfortable going to their supervisor, then you have to give them another out.
That's correct.
Right.
That's requesting mass, Tom.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we need to say in there that this chain of command in no way hinders the person's ability to bypass his supervisor if he feels uncomfortable taking a particular item to his supervisor.
Well, yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
If you have a complaint with your supervisor, who do you take it to? You can't take it to your supervisor.
No.
You got to come to us, one of us.
Yeah. And there must be a wording that will,
Well, we can, Rita's the one that come up with this, we can tell her kind of what we're
Yeah.
wanting to say and have her rewrite that paragraph.
let's go on down through there.
Well, I'll write my note down.
You-
Employment termination. Termination of employment is an inevitable part of personal activity within any organization, and many of the reasons for termination are routine. Below are a few examples of some of the most common circumstances in which employment is terminated. Resignation / voluntary employment termination initiated by an employee. Termination, involuntary employment termination initiated by the town of Odin. And layoff, involuntary employment termination initiated by the town of Odin for non-disciplinary reasons. When an employee intends to terminate his or her employment within the town of Odin, he or she shall give the town of Odin at least 2 weeks written notice. Since employment with the town of Odin is based on mutual consent, both the employee and the town of Odin have the right to terminate employment at will, with or without cause during the introductory / probationary period for new employees. Any employee who terminates employment with the town of Odin shall return all files, records, keys, equipment, telephones, uniforms, and any other materials that are property of the town of Odin. No final settlement of an employee's pay will be made until all items are returned in appropriate condition. The cost of replacing non-returned items will be deducted from the employee's final paycheck. Furthermore, any outstanding financial obligations to the town of Odin will also be deducted from the employee's final check.
This brings back to mind termination of one individual that was paid without clearing. Whose decision is that to confirm that all items have been accounted for, equipment has been returned? Is it the clerk treasurer's decision or that take board action?
She's not the employee's boss.
Be the supervisor, and if it's the supervisor involved, it would be the board president or the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What's happened before, has nothing at all to do with you, but I think there should be a prohibition somewhere that final payment cannot be made until final approval of the board.
What says that in here, John?
It does?
No final settlement of employee's pay will be made until all items are returned in appropriate condition.
But I'm talking about limiting the clerk.
Well, The town employees work for the board, they don't work for that.
No, she writes the checks,
Yes, I know,
and that happened to us.
yes, I know.
But you guys now approve paychecks, or the timesheets and stuff, so supervisor, you guys could write on there.
But in that case, pay of the clerk and pay of the clerk's assistant, which is out of our review, were paid without approval of any kind, oversight of the board.
Oh, yeah,
If you guys want to include my employee in this,
well,
because she needs,
she's gotta be town,
Yeah.
but it's a gray area, because legally she works for you. She doesn't work for the town of Oakland. She works for the clerk treasurer of the town of Oakland. But should she be under, sure she should. Tough call, won't you call somebody and find it out, you know, I don't know that.
I'd asked that,
Mhm.
and they said that is up to me, or you guys, I could put her underneath the same man, that she follows.
Well, then you probably ought to get a memo to her and include in this, that the assistant clerk treasurer, for employee purposes comes under the town of Oakland.
Well, a couple of months ago, or less, there was a state board of accounts, people were in here, two employees. And I explained to them that the situation under which that came about, both office personnel leaving, writing their own checks and locking the door. And he was appalled at that.
I asked
It
him,
can't happen that way,
I asked
How
him,
do they stop it?
but it did.
and see, we have no authority.
We had no,
We had no way to stop it because they wrote the checks and left in had any resignation letter.
And right now, as we found out, we couldn't even buy a stamp. No,
I know.
but they just determined what was due to them and they walk out. With no accounting whatsoever. And I thought state board of accounts might follow up on that. I don't think it happened, but
Can't I can assure you
what?
that, I can assure you that won't happen.
oh, I know it can't be you, but the point is,
And I believe in internal controls, and I would want someone else beside me saying,
Sure.
yes, they did this,
yeah,
it's legit, it's good, okay, that.
And you have X number of vacation days, we have so many days coming,
Shakira does,
and I think there should be an account, but
yeah.
do we have anything that says there must be? It happened once before, it could happen again.
yeah, like,
That's some
we're
future-
writing this for 20 years down the road, you may not be here.
And with this kind of a job, there can be bad feelings and bad situations.
Yeah.
We know that.
And,
First-
Yeah.
I think it needs to be in,
the whole episode is,
we need to read it right there.
What are you putting in?
Write something to include clerk, treasurer, we may not be able to include clerk treasurer, but you can be assistant, you may be able to include you, clerk treasurer / assistant, writing on paychecks,
she can come up with
yeah.
oversight of their termination.
I've got another problem here in paragraph number 2. Since appointment of town board is based on mutual consent, both employees in the town of Oakland have the right to terminate an employee at will. Understand. With or without cause. Understand. Last sentence don't need to be there.
No, because we already said we can do that up here in the beginning.
Yes, sir. I think it was, she missed that one. She put it.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Right here.
See, what she says here, this is only during the introduction and probationary period for the employees. You can employ them at will.
And we already talked about that with new employees up on page 2 or 3.
Yeah.
This is just for any time
No,
down the road.
no,
Yeah,
no, that's
Okay.
kind of contradicts.
Yeah,
yep.
okay. All right, with the rest of it there?
Yeah.
Safety. The town of Oakland provides information to employees about workplace safety and health issues through regular internal communication, such as bulletin board postings, memorandums, other written communications. Each employee is expected to obey safety rules and exercise caution in common common sense in all work activities. Employees must immediately report any unsafe conditions to their supervisor. Employees who violate safety standards, cause hazardous or dangerous situations, or fail to report, or where appropriate, remedy such situations may be subject to disciplinary action, including termination of employment. Employee safety is of the utmost concern to the town. Any employee that faces threatening behavior from an individual, whether a client or not, should call the police immediately if they believe they are in danger, or if the situation is less threatening, contact the town board member at once.